Hey, Beau. Hit the record button. And I'm the one dying. Nice.
I'm busy paying attention to you to make sure I have to mute it so you don't fucking snort on the wonderful people listening.
Speaking of those wonderful people, how are you guys doing? Is this Live on Two Wheels? I am Chase on Two Wheels, and this is episode 23 of Live on Two Wheels. I'm dying, fam. I really am.
I'm not really dying.
I mean, we're all slowly dying, right?
Fucking morose.
I felt like shit today, but...
So he came here to give it to us.
Yeah. But we missed last week, and I didn't want you guys to miss 2 shows in a row. So...
Hawk asked us what was wrong with you, and he gave us a list of things, and one of those was old man syndrome.
Yeah. So...
You've ruined your body.
If I come across low energy, it's because I am. And I feel bad. But you know what? Look, I got tea. I've got cough drops. And Beau has the mute button ready, so if I need to blow my nose, I'm good to go.
He pulls up a whole fucking bog roll.
Look, I'm ready, dude.
If I shit my pants,
I'll exit this way real quick.
Just sinks down into frame.
All right, so we're gonna do this thing. We just got back from Adventure Fest on Sunday. We have phenomenal stories to tell, and I can't wait to tell you guys those at a moderate energy level. So you guys better buckle up because it's going to be one of those.
Nice.
All right. So let's do the things we got to do.
Yeah.
Guys, it's Live on Two It. I'm going to blow my nose. I have to. I'm so sorry. Beau, tell them. Tell them what it is, Beau.
No, I want to have them to just watch you. I muted him, so can't hear. Right.
Okay, I'm back. I made it. All right.
Better not get me sick.
All right, guys.
Somebody noticed the giant thing of pretzels in the back.
So, guys, this is Live on Two Wheels, your weekly motorcycle live show that's also a podcast. Where is it a live show? It's here on Live on Two Wheels, and it's here on Chase on Two Wheels Live, but it stays alive over on the Live on Two Wheels YouTube channel. So, if you guys are not watching over on... Oh, my God, it's so dry.
Yeah.
Why are you giving that to me now?
I don't know. Drink some of your tea.
I don't need you to tell me to drink tea like
really
I'm a
dry.
child.
He needs a Ghost energy drink.
Not a sponsor yet. All right, so guys, we do the live show on Chase on Two Wheels and on Live on Two Wheels. There's a Live on Two Wheels YouTube channel. The videos stay up there. We only do them live here on Chase on Two Wheels, only live. So, if you guys are tired of looking at us, I don't blame you. But we can be listened to only on Spotify and Google Podcasts. I feel like a light just went out.
Apple Podcast?
And Apple Podcast. I don't know what I just said. If you're listening to us over on Apple Podcast, you should totally leave us a review. If I was smarter and felt better, I would have gone and grabbed an Apple Podcast thing, but I didn't because I feel like crap. But, okay, what else? We got the intro done. So, here's something we do. I like how we have Beau hits record at 4:28, and we didn't do that. That's hilarious.
That's okay. You
right, guys.
had me fucking distracted
So,
today.
this is an hour-and-a-half long show. At the end of the show, the last like 5-10 minutes, what we like to do is go over to our Discord and read through some funny stuff that you guys post. So, I should probably pull my Discord up so I can read those things. But I'm going to tell you guys all about Discord in like 2 seconds. And we will be close to being done with all of this intro shenanigan.
Malarkey.
That's a good word. I like
that word.
I have no idea how to spell it, but I like the word malarkey. All right, so guys, if you go over to our Discord, there's a Live on Two Wheels page you can check out. And in the top right, you can click threads. This is episode 23, so you can click on that. And in here, oh, goodness, that's adorable.
They're cheating.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking. So you guys post funny stuff in there. We'll spend the last 5-10 minutes in there looking at the funny stuff you guys post.
Yep.
Also, speaking of Discord, we have what is my favorite page on our Discord? It's Moto Photo, because I think motorcycles are phenomenal things to look at. So we like doing a shout out every week. This week's shout out goes to Mark DeGrasse with a KTM Duke. What is this? 390? 790? 890? 390? Yeah, that's a 390.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool looking bike.
Yep, good
Love
looking
the acro exhaust on that.
Yes, sir.
Really fits well. Mm-hmm. Nice job. Shout out to him. I freaking love the moto photo. You guys post such good photos in there. I'm very jealous of all the bikes you guys have. You guys do a great job. Okay.
You guys do a great job.
Okay, T. I'm good.
Breathe.
Now. God, you can hear how stuffed I am by just trying to fucking breathe.
You can hear how labored your breath is.
I am doing nothing but trying to breathe, and
Sidebar, listening to the GoPro footage of you and me out in the middle of
my
mountains,
God, is
it's
it not
just
so bad?
The huffiest, puffiest.
We'll get into that.
Fats. Jesus Christ, we're
gonna get into that because I knew that was good. I knew it. I think I even said it to the GoPro.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next up, we have our spectral producer, Ghost Tip of the Week, sponsored by @GhostOnTwoWheels over on Instagram. Beau, are you ready for it?
I am ready.
The more you weigh, the harder it is to kidnap you. Stay safe, eat cake.
That I can get behind.
Now, that's a tip of the week. That's probably why I've never been kidnapped.
Safety first, fellers.
Ghost, thank you so much for that one.
Thanks for keeping us safe.
Yeah, thanks for keeping us safe. Ghost out here just trying to keep everybody at home and safe. And, he's trying to prop up the cake, and he's trying to prop up Big Cake.
How much are they paying you?
How much is Big Cake paying you, Ghost? Oh, my God. All right.
Hey, it's time for Quick Shifter.
It is time for Quick Shifter. All right, guys, if you're new here, welcome. Secondly, Quick Shifter is our little segment where Ghost puts it together, 30 seconds for each story. It's just like high-level stories that are happening in the motorcycle industry. It's a way to
keep you in check.
It keeps me in check and gets us some news out. So we're going to check out the Quick Shifter. It's been 2 weeks, so who knows what's going to be
We were going to go live at the thing, but we were dead.
Yes, we did. We tried, and we'll talk about it. We came in so strong to ADV Fest, and then ADV Fest said, "Oh, what? You going? Okay." And then we were shown. Okay, Quick Shifter. Here we go. Oh God.
No sound.
I didn't do it.
All right.
I'm so sorry. Hold on. I got it. Real Tech. Sure. Let's try that one. Yeah, there we go. Wait, is this live footage of Ghost riding? Bro, this music? Yes. Lightning Motorcycles files electric ADV design in China. With the popularity of ADV and battery technology gradually improving, will this type of bike gain traction?
Did you almost say flies? Because I feel like you wanted to say flies.
Did I not say flies?
You almost said flies.
I meant files.
You said files, but there was
wow, I didn't know I said files.
Electric ADV sounds.
I think electric ADV would be phenomenal. You would get to live in the zone,
only
and you
if,
wouldn't have to hear it.
Only
the
if
mileage is very integral.
Yeah,
because like you can't. There's no reserve.
We put 1,000 miles on our bikes over 2 days.
Yeah, my body is very aware. All right, but you take it.
UK, United Kingdom, as we know.
Thanks, Ghost. That one was for me.
Ban on new ICE moto sales by 2035. So no more. Now they're going after internal combustion for motorcycles.
Oh, internal combustion engine is ICE.
Yeah.
Huh. Damn. 2035. That's coming up quick. Interesting. And it's just considering the ban.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would.
It needs. We need battery technology. We can't. We're going. That's a big problem. It's a huge problem. There's a long story about that.
There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Suzuki could. Oh God. Suzuki could discontinue the GSX-R 1000.
Saga continues.
Shut up! I don't have so much time. Suzuki could discontinue the GSX-R 1000 in Europe in 2023 as their end of series exception has expired after being not being Euro 5 compliant. End of series? Oh, that was a typo from okay. Interesting. I feel like that's the GSX-R is like Suzuki's bread and butter.
Suzuki is just
ballsy move,
like
Cotton.
a leper falling
Let's see
apart.
if you stay around.
The Smart House has been booked for SmartCon 2022. Check Discord for more information. Special sleep on the floor rates available.
Fun fact. I don't know if you guys watching this know. SmartCon is an absolute thing. People are actually going to be there. So if you're in the area and you want to meet other Live on Two Wheels fans and people of the show,
Yeah.
Beau, you've confirmed you're going.
Yeah.
Trey's not here right now. Trey has confirmed he's going. Ghost has confirmed he's going. I'm going to blow my nose. Just making sure we all... Okay, cool.
Nice. Smart.
That's good. I keep forgetting that they did that. Chase, are you going to SmartCon?
I can't confirm yet.
Okay, you gotta check this.
I have to check the schedule. I'm not is the answer to Are You Ready?
I'm always ready.
Oh my God, there's a minute and a half left. I'm so excited right now. Also, I'm still about to die. Let's go.
Don't die.
The anticipation is building. I'm going to read this like Star Wars until I can't.
That doesn't make any sense.
Hold on. I thought it was going to say the anticipation is building and it was just going to stay that.
Hi, I'm Captain America. Here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student
Oh
can
my
have.
God.
Patience. Sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little.
So good.
And it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Tell me Tell me more, Captain America.
How many more of these?
Yay!
That's great. That's great.
Bro, I was so locked in on that. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was going to watch every bit of it.
That's hilarious.
That was great. Ghost, I need to know where you get your music from. I would listen to this all the way home. 100% of the time. Oh, that was good.
That's good stuff.
All right, chat. Golf clap for Ghost with his tip of the week and quick shifter and absolute.
Just the tip, though.
Oh, goodness. Okay, Beau. Oh fuck! I forgot about housekeeping.
No, thank you.
Oh my God, that's how I feel. The way that guy just said that. No, thank you. That's how I feel. Okay.
Housekeeping can be pretty quick.
Housekeeping is quick, guys. That thing behind me,
Last one.
last CBR of the Wrecked Bike Rebuild, the current Wrecked Bike Rebuild season, as of today, cranks up. If you want to know more, you're going to have to go do the whole like subscribe member thing over at wbrgarage.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually watch the build stream where we got that cranked up. There's also some massive news in that build stream.
Mm-hmm.
I will not diverge. It's way bigger than the motorcycle, though.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll leave that tease. Guys, we have filmed one episode of WBR Garage every day this week.
And the week before we left.
And the week before
And the week
we left.
before that.
And the week before that. So it goes without saying, we've basically dropped all of our balls except for the WBR Garage balls.
That's way too many
I don't
mentioning
like
balls in one.
Yeah, there's too many balls in that statement.
There's too many balls in here.
There's too many balls in here. That's all we've been focusing on. As far as, like what we're working on, housekeeping stuff and all that. But I guess kind of a continuation from housekeeping is what Beau and I just got back from, which was the 2022, and this is the topic of the whole show, is Revzilla's 2022 GetOn ADV Fest, which was hosted over at the Buffalo Chip in South Dakota, right over there by Sturgis. So, man, 4 days of just... We came in super organized, and I feel like we got a lot of content out of it.
We did pretty good. The first day was rough, and we'll get into that. But yeah we did pretty good.
Yeah, I'm happy with
looking
what we
through
came
the
back.
footage. Looking through the footage, I can see where there are improvements, and we were talking about changes to make for the next time we do something like this to make it a lot smoother. But
All right.
all in all, for the first time, it was good. So our housekeeping consists of Wreck Bike Rebuild.
Yep.
Wreck Bike Rebuild. Wreck Bike Rebuild. Sturgis.
We have a lot to talk about.
Wreck Bike
Sturgis,
Rebuild.
too. I don't know how much I should talk about.
No, I'll say it right now. Fuck every restaurant in that area. so awful.
I can't lie to you guys. Sturgis is a shit town.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, if you're a big fan of Sturgis or if you live there, like, my condolences to your custodial staff.
Yes.
So if you guys aren't familiar, we've been talking about it a lot. And you guys, if you're fans of the show, we've been talking about doing all this ADV stuff, Beau specifically. We sent him out to Mojave to do some Pan Am training, came back a changed dude. And ever since then, we've been on this uphill climb, all puns intended on that.
Yep.
Uphill climb of like, hey,
See,
ADV is a segment.
Jenny, who was up there, said
I don't have any chats up.
Spearfish was 100% better.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
No, true facts. So we've been on this kind of like ADV kick ever since, and Beau's been spearheading it.
Hey.
Ever since he got back, and I've ridden ADV bikes, but not ADV styling. If you guys don't know, ADV stands for adventure. So it's adventure bike. They're typically these more like upright. It's basically a naked with better suspension and grippy tires, right? It's just like a super naked.
I
can't even call it super naked.
don't.
Yeah, it's a little.
That's,
it's willing it down a little too much.
I don't think that's it at all.
Adventure bikes, on road, off road, any road.
It's like the marriage between a sport touring and a dirt bike.
Sure, I like that's far better.
Yeah, Spearfish in Deadwood is where it's at.
So,
that's awesome.
that's what the ADV Fest is basically. Revzilla is trying to put these events on because they didn't get on ADV Fest. Did they do it in Mojave first?
No, I think the first one was in Black Hills, and then they did one in Mojave, and this is the second one in Black Hills, so the third one.
Okay, gotcha. So basically, they're trying to do these events where they get people out. You buy a ticket, you stay at the campground or stay close by, and the event is just like really neat where it promotes you to come by the kind of base camp, I guess, of what we could call it.
Yeah.
That's where all the vendors are. That's where food and coffee is. They promote you to come out to the event in the morning. We were getting up at 6 o'clock every day, and we'd.
Yeah, thanks for that, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. We'd be leaving the event space. We'd get there, we'd have some coffee, we'd kind of talk with people, and we'd leave at like 7:30, and we'd be gone all day. We'd come back later in the afternoon, and you go ride all day. And it's such a cool event to kind of like build it around what you want people to do, because like we do meetups and shit, and we tried to do it with like meetup, big ride with everybody, and then like to a final destination with like food and stuff like that. But this is a really unique event. Like you don't have to go with people. Like obviously Beau and I kind of stayed with each other the whole time because we're kind of a unique case where we're there to cover the event, but we're also there to like ride and shit so we can make content from the event. So us going out to ride had to involve like doing a stop to get the drone in the air. So we didn't really invite anybody to come with us just because like the people there, we wanted them to actually do what we wanted to do. Just go ride.
I think we put the invite out to like Jess and then Joe and with the asterisks of we're going to be stopping a lot
half
for
your time is going to be stopped filming.
Yeah.
So, honestly, though, like just big picture, had a phenomenal time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I rode more off-road than I have ever ridden in my life. And we were on Pan Am. Shout out to Harley. By the way, we have a video coming out tomorrow. Beau somehow put this video together in the last couple of days, shockingly. It's coming out tomorrow. It's going to be titled like riding in a Pro Touareg for the first time or something like that. So that's our Get On ADV Fest video. You guys are probably familiar. If we put a video out that said like we went to Get On ADV Fest, nobody would watch that. So I did do a demo ride.
To be fair,
Touareg.
we did actually do a demo ride of a Touareg 660. So
yeah, we're not clickbaiting. We're using the titling correctly because we feel like people will probably click on an off-road test ride of a Touareg.
Yeah.
Nobody's probably going to want to watch this is what ADV Fest is. So that video is going to come out tomorrow.
Here's the thing about ADV Fest that I liked the most and why people should be interested in going. Because it isn't just about going and riding, right? Because they have training days there.
Yes, and we did training stuff.
Yeah.
We had camera issues.
They had a
training
whole
stuff.
thing for like training. They had lead rides. They had demo rides. There's gear. There's like just all sorts of stuff, events that don't have anything to do with riding, things like that. So it's something like, if you're at all interested, it is a thing to go see. 'Cause that was the surprising part. It's like there's like a block of time. There's like, fuck off, go do something fun.
Right.
But all the other blocks, it was like there was always something for somebody to do, even if you weren't there to ride ADV bikes, like specifically. You could, or if you've never ridden any, you can get your feet wet with it, do some courses with rawhide, all sorts of stuff. So
They did a really cool thing, and the way they would kind of manage, like they helped you. You're not just buying a ticket and you're showing up and you're like, all right, where the fuck do I go ride? So they had the Rever guys out there, and every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they would have a paved route. So if you didn't want to do off-road at all, you could still go ride around these awesome roads. And by the way, amazing roads in South Dakota.
glorious roads.
So there'd be a paved road, basically an easy, medium, and hard route for off-road. It would be like a mix of on and off-road, but like the hard part would be the off-road part. And some of these people describing the really hard route, I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah.
And I think we rode in our off-road section, we rode past a couple roads that look like, oh, that looks like it could get really interesting.
So the route that the first route we took was a moderate route that we modified a little bit.
Right.
So somewhere in between easy and moderate, and it was. The second day wasn't easy, but they have like all sorts of different routes for people to go for all different types of riding.
Right.
Because not all adventure riding is off-road. But you basically, they had a thing and you did the QR code and downloaded.
That was really cool. Yeah,
maps.
It was super simple to get the maps that you were that they were hosting.
And they had a little tent, and what they were saying is that you could like meet up and like group up with people and be like, hey, I'm going to do this route,
right.
Take a buddy with you, or talk to the Revzilla people and try to see if you can get if they can find people that are trying to look for people. It was really cool. It was an interesting. It's an interesting group of people, I'll say, for adventure riders.
Yeah.
There is very little ego from what I can see.
That is one of the things.
Didn't matter if they've been doing it for 40 years and they're on like a big GSA, or if they've been doing it for 4 months and they're on a tiny little, like there was a person on a 310.
Yeah. It was cool. That was a big takeaway for me, because this is one of the first times I've really been around a concentrated amount of ADV riders, and coming from a street rider past of like nakeds and super sports. Yeah. I mean, there's amazing people that ride nakeds and super sports. I've met an incredible number of like really cool people, but with that group of people, you get so many fucking assholes all the time.
There's a lot of ego and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you see that at the meetups. That's why I don't do rides anymore, because like you'd have the group of assholes.
A couple of swinging Richards came in and ruined it.
This is my moment that I need to rev as high as I can, because nobody understands how loud my motorcycle is. Yeah. And it's like, dude, we all ride. Yeah. We all know it can wheelie. We all know it can go 190 miles an hour. Like you're not like, this is not your crowd to show off.
Yeah.
But I didn't come across, and I'm not saying that ADV guys don't have anybody like that, but like
there was a pretty good concentration of them there, so it's a good, kind of dip your toe in the water. Everybody I talked to was just really inclusive and fun to be around. Everybody was just
shout out to all the people that watched the show that came up and said hi. So you guys are awesome. Yeah. It was weird. So like I've been doing the YouTube thing for a while, so like I'm kind of used to like talking with people. I will say, well, check this out. It is strange though. I feel like I'm starting over when somebody says they watch the live show. I'm like, wait,
who are you?
Hold on. You like Live on Two Wheels? You're like the inside insiders.
So I told you when Jenny came up to me, it's like, hey, blah blah, blah, and I was like, it felt so weird because I'm just like, I'm the guy in the corner, for a lot of stuff here. So it was,
you're on camera a lot more these days.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a good feeling talking to people and like just having a conversation. It was just a good vibe. The people out there were really,
that's what
really
Live on Two
awesome.
Wheels is about. Just having conversations, man. And we're not stressed out about fucking YouTube bullshit.
So how do we want this to go, bud?
You know, Bo, I'm looking at you to guide me through this. I have all the information of how I did. What
so
the
first
time I
things
had.
First things
You're
first.
my ADV captain.
So first things first, I want to say this publicly.
Okay.
I'm very proud of you.
No, thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son. That's my boy.
Father
Oh,
hell.
no, my boy.
I made it into a show. I love that. It's fucking great.
So, you tend to be your personality.
Tell me about myself. I love this.
Well, you tend to do this with motorcycles. You because you've been riding on the street for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You get introduced to a new skill, and you do it a couple times.
Yeah.
And then you use your past experience to apply it to the current new thing.
Boy, I'm glad I didn't do that. Holy fucking shit.
And then you go, no, I got it. And that's
Yeah.
what happened with the WR.
Yeah, shit.
That's what happened with the WR. And
I supposedly ate shit. There's no proof of it.
that's just your personality. You like, that's who you are. You get something locked in. You also tend to be like, well, that didn't kill me, so
It made me stronger.
I clearly I can do it that way. But it was only going to go one of two ways. Either you were going to go full fucking Goomba and end up eating shit,
Yeah.
or you were going to pull back and hesitate, and you practiced so much.
So we don't have a ton of footage of it, but when we first got there, shout out to Rob over at the Harley stuff. He took us out to do some training, and he that's the same guy that did the training with in the Mojave, right?
Yeah, it's one of the guys who was out there. He's good dude.
Yeah, we were talking with the guys at Harley because they lent us Pan Ams for the entirety of GetOn MotoFest, which was, you'll see in the video and you'll see in the future videos that we put out about it. I honestly think I would not have had half as much fun had I not been on such a good bike. So really big shout out to Harley for that.
Yeah.
But I had never ridden off-road, and Harley reached out, our guy, and he was like, hey, we're going to have an expert rider here. Do you guys want like a little refresher course? It would have been a refresher course for Beau because he's already been taught this stuff, but for me, it would have been the first time. So right when we got there, we woke up at 2:30 in the morning on Thursday to get to our 6:30 our plane. Also, shout out to Clear. Beau convinced me to get Clear, and my God, my anxiety for getting on a plane in Atlanta is gone. Anyway, we get there. I'm exhausted, but it's like I have a professional ADV rider who's going to take 30 minutes of his time to go teach me hey, I want you to have the best chance of not dying while you're here. Do you want to go do that? Of fucking course, I'm gonna hey, let's wake up and let's go do that. Had I not done that, that whole trip would have been so hard. He basically, if you boil everything down, he taught us how to brake and how to steer the motorcycles, which is not like you would expect. To brake, you gotta lean back, and to go forward, you lean forward, and then to turn, you basically do what you do on a street bike when you're going slow. You just get your weight on the outside of the bike. It's all about keeping your contact patch as big as possible and whatnot.
I was really impressed and proud that you just kept practicing while we were sitting there.
Yeah, Beau almost died, but as he was sitting,
heat exhaustion
out,
it was so bad.
We do a couple drills, right? And Rob's like, all right, he would give us an example, like, all right, we're gonna do front brake only, rear brake only. All right, now we're gonna turn, and so he does the drills, we do the drills, and then he's like, okay, cool. If you guys just want to chill here, do that. Or you can just go practice. So I'm like, I need all the practice I can get. So my ass just starts doing these little circles, and I'm like, I would go out, do a Yui, come in, slam on brakes, practice my turn. Haul ass out, come in, slam. I would just do that over and over again. So I'm over here living in my own world. And I come back to talk with Rob.
I
literally
looked at him and I go, does anybody else feel like they're going to throw up?
I come back, and 2 seconds later, Beau has all of his gear off. He's sitting against a tree like this. And he's just like...
As soon as I sat down,
I'm like, God damn, Beau, you all right?
As soon as I sat down, because I was feeling lightheaded.
Yeah.
Partly because of the heat, partly because we hadn't eaten anything.
Yeah.
And I wasn't hydrating as much to keep up with it. But as soon as I started kind of feeling like lightheaded and when I sat down, and sweat just started pouring out of the side of my head, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I thought about it. I'm like, as soon as I started hydrating and sitting in the shade, I was like, I thought it was like near heat exhaustion. That's what heat exhaustion feels like.
I've never been so worried for you.
Just had it too.
Yeah, you guys did not hydrate enough in the beginning of that.
Here's the thing. So Kariga sent us a couple of backpacks, right, with the side bags for the Tiger. These things, awesome.
Yeah,
they're
Kariga
not
did a
like
phenomenal
super
job.
huge. They're nice and manageable, but you can expand the pouch and stuff.
It's a really good size for a
Yes.
day pack, like a hydration thing.
It fits a 3-liter thing of water. I went through 8 liters on the other days each. I was like, I am not gonna do that again.
Yeah, we it's honestly there's strategy behind staying hydrated while
And staying
you know.
cool.
And guys, it was in the middle of July. South Dakota's hot as shit in the middle of July, and if you can't find any shade, it's gonna get rough.
So here's a fun fact about that. One of the guys was showing me on his, because he's a photographer. He has the Sunset app, and he's like, "Take a look at this," and he pointed at the camera and just kind of dragged it across the sky. The sun comes up over the mountains, right, and it just goes straight across.
Really?
The sun
it
rose.
felt like it.
The sun rose at 5:25 a.m. It went down at 8:35 p.m. and it was just in that line in this big valley on the east of the Black Hills itself.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because I'm proud of you that you kept doing it, and you did really well throughout all of it.
Appreciate that.
I was surprised that I did well riding. Standing, like at a stop. But maybe that's not the bike for me. Yeah, just a big bitch.
Let's just say Beau had a few complications with the Pan Am, and I think the back half of the show we'll talk about the bike specifically because we can talk about the touring as well. What was a highlight that you got from ADV Fest? Because we've got probably like 15 minutes before we need to start talking about. We need to do the ad.
I mean, the biggest highlight for me is it's twofold. One, I got the same feeling that I got into motorcycles for the community that was ruined by the actual communities. I got that same feeling around those people, like all age groups, all whatever backgrounds, whatever. It didn't matter. Everybody was super chill. So I really liked that. But also there were a lot of lessons learned about gearing up. And
oh boy, did we learn.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Share what we learned to the people so that they know if they go do something like that.
So the off-track gear that I have is really good in summer weather, but super hot weather, it did not do well. Especially in the parts where we're like stopping and checking stuff out.
The gear Beau was talking about is the same gear that we talked about street riding versus ADV riding. We've talked about all of the ADV gear we have. That's all the gear that he's going to be referencing here.
Yeah, so it's really great. I love the gear. It does a great job. For me, it's like a 3-season, and the middle of summer was not the thing. But we saw
everything goes for my gear as well. We were both like in agreement with the gear that we chose.
We saw so many people in dirt bike gear, jerseys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I went and bought a jersey on, what was it, Friday?
Yep.
And that was the maneuver.
No, you bought the jersey on Saturday.
On Saturday, that's right.
Yeah.
On Saturday. That was the maneuver. That right there, I was just like, oh, okay. That is, yes, 3-season. Summer is not that season. Packing snacks, which I had snacks on me. Like, that helped. He kept looking over and I was chomping on a peanut butter Cliff Bar, and he's like, how many of those do you have?
We literally ate lunch at Spearfish, and then 20 minutes later we got back to Buffalo Choke. It's hot as shit. Beau pulls out a peanut butter melted fucking Cliff Bar.
It wasn't melted, it was soft.
And he starts chomping on it. I'm like, bro, one, we literally just ate. Secondly, that shit is literally melting in your hands. What are you doing right
Peanuts are a natural source of B vitamins and good energy.
God, you and your B vitamins.
Hydrating, things like that. There's a lot of lessons learned on how we need to gear up, and then also how we need to we didn't take enough time, I don't think, to enjoy.
That was a huge takeaway for us personally. Yeah,
So the second day, that we went out, it was very much there was a lot of pullback because it was like we're in this escalating level of off road, and we got to enjoy that moment. But then it was like, okay, now we have to stop and then figure out, okay, where get the drone out, and the drone was not behaving, and then it went and it got scared and went home. like literally, it just goes, you're out of it, and then it just left.
This is not going to make it into a video, so we can tell you guys the story. So we've been talking about ADV bros, right, and the adventure bros, and this is a show me and Beau are working on, and we don't know at this current moment, we don't really know how to film that show because we want it to be, we know we want to go out and do ADV riding together, and we want to film that. And obviously that's going to involve GoPros and GoPros on the bike looking at each other and stuff like that, so you guys can live that with us. But like another thing about riding in these places
is the location,
is the view and and where you are. And GoPros do a phenomenal job, but they do not translate what
they don't translate scale. Yeah, they don't translate like the angles. Like we looked at the footage from our rides, and some of those steep hills look like nothing. So it doesn't translate as well. So looking through the drone shots we have, looking at those shots, I'm just like, oh yeah, right, clearly. So we're trying to figure out what's the mix, because if we went all filming, we wouldn't enjoy it. So we've got to figure out that middle ground to where we have a really good time, but we translate a really good story for you guys. And I do think unequivocally that involves having a drone there. But our first day of actually like, okay, this is going to be an ADV Bros Day. It was Friday because we flew in on Thursday. We got to ride a little bit with the bikes, but we didn't like go on an adventure that day. So Friday was our first adventure day, and we do this like road course because like that route we were doing that day was like I think half road like paved and then half dirt road. Yeah. So we're on this paved road. It's early in the morning. We got a lot of energy. We're excited. And the road's looking good, and I'm like, oh, we should pull over. And Beau's like, well, let's go up a little more and make sure this road's going to be here for a minute, and then we'll pull over. Of course, we go down the road like a couple more miles, and this giant plain, it just opens up out of a forest. Yep. It was like, we passed it, and we both, we're on our cardos or whatever, and we're both like, okay, cool, this is a spot. It's a lot of that. This is where we needed a drone. That's what filming looks like. It's a lot of that. So we need to find a better way to do it. We got to a pull-off, and by the way, South Dakota has so many pull-offs. It was great. So anyway, we hit a pull-off, and we go back because we want that immersion out of the forest into this big plane thing. I was like, that's the drone shot. It'll look great. We go to the pull-off, get the drone up in the air, and we call them drone pods. So we treat the drone like a tripod, put it in the air somewhere, and just look down this like super windy road, and we're going to come past the drone, and you're going to see us basically go off into the distance type thing. We were so fucking stoked on it. So we get the drone in there, and I have a tank bag. So I was like, I'll put the drone controller in my tank bag, and then when we get to the other spot, I'll just fly the drone ahead of us from there, and then we'll do it again. And that was our idea. So, fun fact, the antennas on the remote that didn't work. Do not like the tank bag. Yeah, not at all. So we get the drone in the air, we get it recording, and then we put the drone bag or the controller in the bag. We head off, and like we're all like, all right, this is where we're gonna be in shot of the drone. Make sure you're close to me so it looks really cool. And we get to the top of the turnaround where we did earlier, and I pull the drone controller out of the bag, and it just says RC not connected, and it was a black and white screen. And I was like, oh, that's probably because we had it in the bag. It probably just couldn't translate or whatever. I'll give it a second, because that happens a lot. You send the drone past some trees or something, and it has a hard time, but it'll connect with you once you get some clear sight. I'd say that lasted for about 10 seconds. Yeah, so we sat there for a second, and I was like, oh, it'll connect. It'll probably connect. And then it was like, okay, Beau, go right now. So I was like, okay, this is not going to connect. And for you guys that don't fly drones, what most drones do when they lose connection is a safety feature. It's called return to home. The drone basically flies to the highest point that it can, and it goes in a straight line to where it took off at, and it lands. We started. Shout out to the Scorcher tires that were on the Pan Am. Most random thing. Because we were going like 70, 80 miles an hour down this mountain road. Okay, so when it clicked in my head, and I was like, oh, fuck, this thing's going to return to home, I thought,
oh my, like the drone's tiny. We have a Mavic 3.
Yeah.
It's one of those really smaller drones that like it's not super tiny drones, but it's a small drone and it's dark gray. We took it off at a pull-off spot where cars and bikes are going to be pulling off, and I was like, this, and it was our first day filming. I was like, oh my God, if this drone gets run over on our first day, I'm going to be so upset. So, like,
little baby drone goes, I don't know where I'm at. And
yeah, the drone was basically like, I don't know where my mom and dad are, so I'm going to go home.
Yep.
So, yeah, that moment of like, I'm holding the controller, so I can't like just drop it. So I'm like, Beau, get in the road. Go back to where we started. Beau hauls ass off. I'm over here like I'm all nervous now, so I'm like getting the drone. I'm trying to get the controller in the bag, and then I like get my gloves on and I'm hauling ass behind Beau. We fucking pull up.
There's a little baby drone pod.
Little drone just fucking chilling on the pull off, and I'm like, God dang it, man. It was so stressful. But we learned a lesson, and we did do the whole like drone skip ahead of us thing a few times. Yeah. We just we learned where we can and can't do it.
Exactly. And it's going to take a while, I think. So
yeah, we're still learning. But like we know we need GoPros. We know we need a drone, and guys, some of the drone shots we got, South Dakota's landscape is super.
So I want to talk about
crazy.
that when we get back from the ad. The actual Black Hills.
Well, why don't we just go ahead and do the ad real quick? I can blow my nose 15 times, and we can come back, talk about the Pan Am, talk about South Dakota's landscape, and how terrible Sturgis is.
Yeah, excellent.
What's going on, guys? This episode of Live on Ontwowheels is brought to you by Revzilla's RPM membership. What that is basically a membership program that only costs $60 a year, not a month, but a year, and you get a ton of rewards from it. It's kind of like Amazon Prime for Revzilla. So if you're buying a lot of motorcycle gear, especially on Revzilla, this could be really interesting for you. Check out all of the things you get for this. So you're going to get free 2-day shipping and returns. You're going to get 10% off exclusive brands. You're going to get 5% cash back, period. Also, for you first-time members, you're going to get $15 in cash back from the moment you get this membership. It's also going to include early access to sales and phone lines and exclusive events. So if you're somebody that buys a ton of gear and could find a lot of value in this RPM thing, by all means, we'll have a link for you down in the description below. Thank you guys for supporting the show by going to that link. And thank you, Revzilla, for sponsoring this episode.
RPM membership also applies to cycle gear and J&P cycles. There, I updated the ad.
We'll see you guys with the rest of the show. Oh, man, that fucking robot. That robot voice. I forget about it.
Jess is in the house. Her 2 wheels.
Oh, God.
She was there. We had a nice little ride with her and Sweds.
Popping a cough drop now because can't do it.
He's doping up, y'all.
Tell us about South Dakota.
So that's actually a good segue that Jess is in here because she was also there. We enjoyed some riding from Spearfish. So
please allow me just to get comfortable, guys. I'm sorry.
So I went in this like very meticulously to route out like our agenda for riding for Friday and Saturday specifically.
And you did a great job. Let me just say. Rever routes were cool. Rever routes are phenomenal.
Yes.
Beau, just on the internet, made a phenomenal route for us.
Yeah. So. I had a little hand from Sweds giving me some suggestions and places to check out, a couple of routes.
Super shout out to Sweds.
Yeah, super shout out to him. So I originally, the first day that we were riding, which was Friday, because we didn't do any riding on Thursday.
Well, we didn't go far. We just rode around the campus.
Yeah.
I keep calling it campus. I don't know why.
Oh, that's weird.
Blue chip. Buffalo chip.
Not blue chip either.
Whoever I am.
So Friday was our first actual get out there and ride. So first things first.
I'm the realist. Sorry.
I got that bike with 36 miles on it.
Your bike had 36 miles?
And I gave it back with 1,000 and something.
I did not know. I didn't look at my mileage. I should have done that. I really wish I would have done that.
So we put a lot of miles on it, and about half of those were off-road. The first day we went to Deadwood. I had a route to go into Deadwood, to Savoy, to Wyoming, back around up to Spearfish. And only a small portion of that was the off-road. There was like a couple of miles, like 9 miles or something like that, of off-road to the lookout tower in Wyoming.
You guys got to see ADV Bros episode 1.
Yeah.
The tower
Adventure
we go
Bros. Adventure Bros.
to. Adventure Bros, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys need to watch that video until we get to that tower. It is nuts.
Yeah, it was good riding. The geography out there and the geology it's so weird because there's like these jutted up gigantic cliffs, these really deep canyons,
and then like these
meadows,
rolling green hills.
yeah,
bro,
it's so wild. It's like a mix of like deserty, like foresty. It's like I got swampy type stuff. There's like clay and limestone. It's so weird, and it all is like combined into one. And I think it's because that area is the geographic center of the United States. So all of these different like
it's like let's combine them all.
It's where it all meets. So you get this gnarly, and it's just I'm talking about sheer cliffs, hundreds and
out
hundreds
of nowhere too. So the first day we were riding around, I was like, bro, if you guys have ever been to Galaxy's Edge, like Disney's Star Wars thing,
it does have that vibe,
bro. It looks straight out of Galaxy's Edge.
So we
except it's real.
It was like every turn we made, we're like, whoa! And we came back from the off-road portion, so another 9 miles back, and then we hit up to Spearfish, where we crossed paths with Justin Sweds. And then went and ate an actual food dinner and not an approximation of food that Sturgis has. And again, even the road section was just like everywhere you looked, there was just something crazy. Like we were riding on the road for a while before the Spearfish, I think in between Deadwood and Savoy. Yeah. And there was that pull off that we did where it was like that crazy steep mountain thing we got the drone shot of, and then we were like, oh, this is crazy, they got these like little tiny rapids and a stream that cuts through everything, and then we left, and as soon as we turned the corner it was just like bananas again, more stuff. It was just everywhere
more stuff but totally different.
Yeah, everywhere we went was something unique and something different. It was just such a cool area. Like,
yeah, I've never ridden in anything like that. It was nuts.
I've ridden a little bit of parts of it. That's the weird part. Is like there are some parts that felt very much like stuff we have out here.
Like all the forest stuff.
Like but then it like turns into an actual meadow, and then it turns into these like really craggy things, and it's like a canyon, and then you've got it.
It's like you go from Georgia's forest to Scotland's rolling hills to desert cliffs.
Yeah, it's
all in like 15 minutes.
It is bonkers. And so we spent that in pretty much that entire time. I think we got back at like 3 or 4.
Yeah, left at 8, got back at like or 8ish.
Yeah, we left at like 7:30 8 o'clock pretty much every morning that we rode, and got back at like 3 or 4, and then did some stuff around the campsite, the base camp and whatnot. It's so different there than in the Black Hills. Where Sturgis is pretty much this gigantic valley that sits in between these big, huge rock formations. So, and in fact, when the sun comes up, it actually comes up earlier than what we were seeing it there because of the Black Hills on the west of us were blocking the sun from actually coming up.
God, thank God.
So like there's parts of this area where you can see like Montana and North South Dakota, Wyoming, all from these giant lookouts, and these there was at no time did we look at something and not go, that's the coolest thing I've seen.
I feel like our first day can be summed up with me and Beau just like looking into the air being like, oh,
Saturday was an audible because I originally went too hard in the paint.
Guys, we were going to be there for basically 3.5 days because 2 of the days we're flying in and out, and my ass was like, we should make 6 videos.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna
that'd be a great idea. So we realized at the end of the first day, it was like, oh, This is not going to be a thing.
We had to pump the brakes pretty hard. So
we dropped 2 videos that honestly wouldn't have even been great videos anyway. It would have been me trying to push as much content out as possible.
Yeah.
But the 4 videos that we got are going to be phenomenal, though.
The original route for Saturday was to go down to the Wilderness Loop, which is where
I am sad we didn't get to do that, but
yeah, if
I understand why.
Yeah,
obviously.
it'd have been 7 hours of filming if we weren't filming it. Totally doable. We would have been back in the same amount of time, but it takes you through these, this wildlife reserve for like 1,500 buffalo and wild burros and like all sorts.
We did
of crazy
get a
stuff.
ride by cows though, which
Cows
is cool.
and a single deer.
A very ballsy deer.
And then that would have taken us up to Needles and then up to Mount Rushmore and back. But 7 hours. So we called an audible and did another one of the rev routes.
Purely rev route that time. Yeah.
And literally it was like 90 miles, 40 of it was on road. And the rest of it was off road in varying degrees. And you saw your favorite new sign.
My new favorite sign is my favorite sign is like curves ahead. My second favorite sign now is
county maintenance ends.
County maintenance ends, which basically is the local government being like, hey, the rest of this road, have fun with that.
Good luck.
We're not touching it.
Yeah. The last little leg of that trip.
Man, that second day, Saturday, we were going on the river route, and like Beau was saying, we called an audible. So we weren't really super familiar with what that route was. We just knew it was half road, half off road, and or we thought that. So we got almost halfway through that route, and you guys know, like, I'm going this so I can do the ADV thing. Like, I'm not going on this big thing to ride on the road. I can do that here.
Yeah.
And admittedly, we got about 45% done with that ride, and I started getting really
both of us were like really bummed out.
I literally told Beau, I was like, "Are you sure there's off road?" And it did the thing where he goes,
I was like, "Yes,
yeah, of course there is."
And then I was
like 5 minutes later, we're still on pavement.
I was like, "I'm not feeling so sure."
And Beau's like, "I think." 5 minutes later, it's like, I'm really trying to gauge my expectations right now. Yeah, well, you can hear it in our voice in the GoPros. Like, we're both getting more like, oh man,
we're so excited because it was like, oh, we're turning right. We're turning right.
Every time we turned, Beau would be like, oh, there's a turn coming up, because he could see it on the Rever app. We would both get super excited, and it'd be a fucking concrete road again. It would be like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
So by the time we got to dirt, which we finally did, at the halfway point, like the route was, we got a little, I'm not going to put Beau in this. I got a little overexcited. Yeah. We pulled over. We did like this fist bump. It was like, we made it to dirt. Fuck yes, let's go. Yeah. And then we
5 seconds later,
we proceeded off of the Rever route, which we were told specifically, do not go off the Rever route and do not go in the wrong direction on the Rever route, because if you go clockwise or counterclockwise, something could go from really easy to incredibly hard.
Yep.
Me being the, nobody watching this is surprised. I was super excited, and we go up, and you guys are going to see this in Adventure Bros episode 2. We are on this river route. There's this really nice fire road, and to our left was this giant like gravel quarry, and the adventure in me just ran out.
I don't think that it was the adventure in you.
I took a hard left, and Beau was like, okay, cool. You can't do that on off-road. You have to have, like, I have to slow down for shit. So Beau gets...
Yeah, I was more upset that you did that without saying anything, and I'm already, like, fucking 20 yards ahead.
Beau's, like, parallel with the turnoff, and I'm behind Beau because, he's leading. I take a hard left. He gets turned around. We start riding around this place, and... mistakes were made.
Let's just say this. That bike,
the Pan Am,
is heavy.
It is heavy
when it's not moving.
That is one of the main.
And if it happens to come to an abrupt stop,
it is difficult.
Suggest that you check to see if you are of the longer-legged variety of
you are
being.
Tiptoeing around this so much, and it's hilarious. We rode in places we very much should not have, and I will say this: the Pan Am has a phenomenal electronic system.
Yeah,
I will put it that way.
It was good. We had a good time. We got back on track. We finished up the day, and it just escalated. It got cooler and cooler. Such an awesome ride. Got back, finished up, and then we actually did a demo ride.
We did do a demo ride. We got to ride the Touareg 660s.
We are on two separate sides of the Touareg 660.
Do you want to talk about it in this episode, or do you want to save that for another show?
We can give them a little bit.
Okay. So let's kind of talk about Pan Am, Touareg, and you can talk about T7 because I haven't ridden the T7 yet. So we got the most experience on the Pan Ams. Obviously, like Bo's telling you guys, we probably put like 1,000 miles on our Pan Ams.
And at least half of that was dirt.
Yeah, it was a good time. Bo told me going into this, which I wasn't sure if he was right or not. He said that the RevMax, which is the power plant that both the Pan Am and our Sportster S, they both have the same engine, slightly modified. And Bo was like, Sportster S is cool. Pan Am, though, is where the RevMax belongs. Yeah. And I didn't know if I believe that or not because the Sportster S feels great.
Yeah.
But
now you know what I mean.
And now you're right.
Now you know what I mean. It's hard to quantify that in any sort of like a certain. I could say it all day and be like, "No, it just feels."
But you're not gonna know until you're there. Yeah.
You really enjoyed that bike.
So before I say it, yes, I will agree. The bike is heavy. I do think the kickstand's a little wonky.
That's the biggest complaint everybody has with it.
All of that being said, I love that bike. Yeah. I don't want to say that I was emotional when I gave the bike back, but
you were sad.
I was legitimately sad to give that bike back. And,
so when you hopped on the Touareg, which it has a lot of tech in it, the juxtaposition between a heavier bike off-road and a lighter bike off-road.
So this is super interesting.
And keep it, we don't want to we can have a long conversation about the Touareg if you want to.
I won't go into detail,
but surface level shit.
I found myself far more comfortable with the response of the bike off-road on a heavier bike compared to the Touareg. With the Touareg, I felt very unstable and twitchy. I was getting a lot of feedback. Handlebars are moving a lot.
Yeah. It felt more like a dirt bike than the Pan Am.
Yeah.
I liked it for that reason. The only thing I didn't like is because I have a weirdly proportioned body. I'm no bike. If I sat there and I tweaked it like I have my bike to fit me, then it would be wonderful. My takeaway is that they're in a world where you have an Aprilia dealer and a Yamaha dealer, I don't see a convincing enough argument not to get the Aprilia.
So you riding the Touareg basically dropped the T7 off your radar, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
Given the exact same dealer network.
Yes, but given the exact same dealer network. But I will say this. Both of us land on this actual fact, which is that motor, that Aprilia Touareg 660.
Oh my God, the sound.
So fucking
Is there
good.
a way I can pull it up so the people can hear it? If I pulled up frame, they might be able to hear it. Hold on, don't go to my screen yet, but I'm going to try to pull this up. I want you guys to be able to hear.
It's like a pure induction sound.
Also, the guy that led our ride,
hauling ass.
Dude, he gave no shits. He was there to not fuck around.
Yeah, just go to the...
Yeah, here we go. All right, so guys, I'm not going to show you a lot of this video. I'm only going to show you a little bit, but I just want you guys to be able to hear what the Touareg sounds like when you're just honking on it. This is that road.
That's bone stock.
Bone stock, no modification, no exhaust.
It's so good.
It's just
it's so good.
And that's on a 660, dude.
Aside from the fitment issue for me, which is just something I have to deal with, period, in my life. Because I'm 5'7", but I have a 31-inch inseam.
Right.
So I'm a little leggy for my.
You have
my
a
height.
What inseam?
31.
Oh, I thought you said 37. I was like, how do you have a larger inseam?
leg. My torso is this big.
I was like, I have a 32-inch inseam. I don't know if
and
that's correct.
You're 5'10".
Yeah.
So that right there kind of puts that in perspective. I am 3 inches shorter than you, but our inseams are that close. I am pretty leggy. I'm built like a lady. A really husky, burly lady.
You are the bearded woman at the circus.
I am. So I have to. It's really, it's really strange for me to fit on bikes because when I stand up on them, then I'm like leaned over real far because I got these short, stubby little arms.
Right.
So aside from that, it's one of my favorite bikes I've ridden in a while.
The Touareg? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
Does it
okay.
make you regret getting your Tiger 900?
No,
Ooh.
no,
Okay.
not at all.
Okay.
In fact, that's all I could think about the entire time I was there. Was like, man, I wish I had the Tiger here because I'm comfortable in that. Like at a stop. My only problem with the Pan Am is at a stop. Just because its balance point is really narrow, its weight is up high comparative, and it's a heavy bike. So its weight is up high, and its kickstand sucks horribly.
So it's not even like going slow on the Pan Am. You have to be stopped at least for me. You have to be stopped when the weight is an issue. Because like, even when we would pull in to park at Buffalo Chip, I could go through the grass like super slowly, and I didn't have a problem.
Exactly.
But like the second
you
that
stop,
it stops moving, I'm like, all right, you better get on your feet real quick.
Same. The only issues that I ever had at it was when the bike came to a stop. Moving slow, not a problem. It feels very nimble and capable.
Yeah.
As soon as it stops, that weight becomes a problem. And the kickstand, like I said, is just designed weirdly.
Yeah.
And does not work real well with the ride height adjustment. And so the whole time I was just thinking, I was like, man, I wish I had the Tiger out here. Because I mean, like I could have brought the Tiger and then had them put dirt tires on it because they were like,
oh yeah, Continental was out there, so you could have got some.
Continental was out there. Yeah, they had a whole thing for tires, and they would install them for you.
Yeah, it was pretty neat to see that.
It was pretty cool. We didn't get a chance to ride any other bikes, but that is fine because
I'll tell you one thing, dude. Riding that Pan Am for 3 days, as much as I loved it, I'm now incredibly interested in riding a GS 1250.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd like it more than the Pan Am because I've never. We know my history with
I think
BMWs, but
I think you will like it because it's a lot smoother from what I'm told than other BMWs. It doesn't feel as digital.
Okay.
But it is smoother. But it is. I mean, it's pretty much their flagship. The GS 1250 is their flagship.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of money BMW has sank into that motorcycle, I can only imagine. But, like, I got to be honest, after riding the Touareg, I literally
got off.
My leg went off of a Pan Am and then literally onto a Touareg. Yeah. And just comparing those two, I think I just might be one of those guys that likes
the larger
bikes. Yeah. And I'm not saying that they don't have their issues. The weight is entirely an issue, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where like you ride something, you're like, I get this a lot.
Yeah. I think that you'd like the GS. It because of the Boxer, it carries its weight really low.
Yeah.
And I've gotten on one. I haven't ridden one, but I've gotten on one, and it felt more comfortable weight-wise. I still think that just for me as a personal, like I need a bike that's a little bit lighter, just because I'm always gonna fight that issue with height, even with the ride height thing coming down to a stop. It's fine if I'm on flat ground, but as soon as I'm on a hill or some uneven surface,
that's an issue we both had because there was a couple. I mean, you're off road, so like naturally you're gonna be in kind of adverse ground conditions.
Yeah,
but
some more than others.
There was a couple times where like we were stopped, and specifically the time I remember it the most is when we were at that big tower.
Yeah,
and when we went to this big tower, that'll be on episode 1 of Adventure Brothers, so you guys can watch that. Well, we get to this big tower, and, like, dude, it's literally uphill, like, windy road, and then it gets to the top, and at the top, it's still angled and shit. So...
What the fuck is going on over here?
I can't see anything over there.
Is Trey building something in the break room?
But we when we parked, it was still at a pretty harsh angle, honestly.
And you don't know if it's settled on the ground until it's already off its weight.
Like I had it pulled on the side. It was on the kickstand. It was locked in place and everything. It wasn't moving, but dude, the bike was so far angled that I was like, that's sketchy. And I wanted to get this photo because, like, you know, it's this huge vista, and you're like, I want that Pan Am shot right there. Yeah. and I was getting the bike. I was trying to get the bike in a position, and the ground is rocky, so you don't have clear footing. If you guys have never ridden off road, just imagine that you're on a motorcycle on the road, but then you step on like some debris sometimes at a red light, and your foot kind of slips.
Yeah.
You know how, and then the weight of the motorcycle gets kind of shifted to the side, and you shit yourself a little bit, like, oh fuck, I almost dropped it type thing. That's everywhere you go off road. That's literally 100% of the time.
Like,
so you
every stop we made was a
yeah. So you end up having to, if you're moving the bike like without the power of the engine, like you're going super slow, because like every step you take, you've got to get that traction and make sure your foot's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And there was one time where like the bike's weight got away from me. I was on a hill, and it was one of those things where like I had to sit there for a second, and like I've got enough strength to hold it and it not fall, but now I've got to sit here and hold it at that strength level until I can get enough energy to kind of get it, because we had already gone off road that whole day. We'd gone to the top of this big mountain thing.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a couple times
when it doesn't settle in, it dropped. It dropped it just going to take a piss in the woods, like.
Foreshadowing.
I fucking put the kickstand down. I go to lean it over, and by the time that it got to the kickstand, taking the weight off, it was already too late. It's past its balance point, and it was just like, the Tiger's like 100 pounds lighter, and I have less problems getting my footing.
Right.
I still assume I'm going to have some problems on uneven ground just because it is.
And to be fair, you haven't taken the Tiger to the lengths of which we took the Pan Am, so we don't even know how it's gonna do. But if it's lighter, that'll be a huge deal.
Yeah, and it's in none of it. I think the most surprising thing for me was taking it in these kind of conditions, which more mirrors what we have here on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Than what I experienced out in the Mojave, because that was just like there's nothing but sand. Varying depths
Bro,
of sand.
after the few days we spent on the Pan Ams, that would have been terrifying in sand.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did that, but yeah.
I mean, like I managed not to eat shit then, except for the first 5 minutes in the Mojave. But I will say, what we experienced in South Dakota was more like what we'd experienced in most places in the East Coast.
Yeah.
And so
I really liked that off-road environment, though. I had a really good time.
Oh my God, the fucking forest roads, like the actual Forest Service
on Saturday.
roads. Yeah, where it's like
Saturday
2 lanes wide, and it's super hard packed with just like dug in gravel. We were, as soon as we saw that, it was just like, we got into 4th gear. We're just like hauling ass. I was like, that. I love that kind of shit. I liked the little, like the rocky hill climbs and shit like that. All of that was really fun, and I will say, when you're moving, that bike does phenomenally. It's just my issue with it is it stops. Handling that bike when it's not moving, for me, is a problem, and that's my only problem with it. Aside from, of course, like I mentioned, the kickstand. But
yeah, it's a problem for you, and to me, I would just consider it a downside.
Yeah, and that's just my life. I have to deal with that constantly.
I can confidently say this, and I can show off this little spinny wheel that Ghost put together.
Right. Get your bingo cards ready, because I'm about to explode. Hold on. You do your thing.
So Ghost put this little spinny card together. You guys know I'm on the perpetual train of like, what ADV bike am I going to get? Because after this weekend, or after this experience, I'm 100% getting an ADV bike. Give you guys a little spoiler for tomorrow's video. After spending 3 dedicated days of just riding ADV, it is now a solid my number 2 favorite riding. I think I'm always going to be a street rider. I just really enjoy riding on the street, especially up in the mountains and stuff like that. Track days are incredibly fun, but there is a different vibe you get from ADV riding. So anyway, I say all that to say, we've got this like funny joke of what ADV bike is Chase going to get. So on this little spinny wheel, we've got Touareg 660, Africa Twin, because of Apple CarPlay. We got the T7, we've got the Pan American, we got the Desert X. I cannot fathom a world where I would get a Touareg 660 and not get a Pan Am. Like, I enjoyed that motorcycle so much. So for the shits and giggles of it, let's see what the spinny wheel says I should get. Boop. Oh, we get audio and everything. Oh, spin again. Okay, we don't know this time. Let's keep it going.
Are you trying to figure out what bike you want?
Oh, Desert X. Okay, I have to get a Desert X.
That's not how that
Oh, that's not how it works. Here, I'll spin again. This is fun.
all just Desert X?
Oh, fuck off. Touareg 660. There you go.
Honestly, okay, I will say this about the
One more
Touareg
time.
660, right?
Pan Am, baby. Let's go. All right, third time's the charm.
All right.
Pan Am.
So the Touareg 660, I just want to put a button on this because I do think it's a fantastic bike.
Yeah.
It is twitchier. It feels more like a dirt bike. Cushiest seat I've ever sat on a dirt bike. The tech package is great. The off-road mode, fantastic when you dial it in with the traction control, which you can do on the fly.
Please make sure you do that because some of us didn't.
It is
and,
amazing.
I do want to say, like, because I am talking pretty negative about the Touareg 660. I want to say this. I want to get a loaner Touareg 660 and actually get to ride that because I got the vibe of riding that bike. Like, this bike is capable of so much more than I'm able to do right now because it's a lead loaner bike ride. Like, right? Like, you don't have the time to sit there and play with it.
Yeah.
I would. That's a motorcycle that I think we really need to have for like a month to dial in. Like, what are the settings that you like? Which ones work? I was on traction control 1 the whole time. And I tried to go up a little hill and take a right. And, bro, the rear tire was just fucking losing
put
its
the traction
mind.
control in 2 or 3.
Yeah, so after that, Bo's like, bro, you need to get the traction control in 2 or 3.
I think 2 was good. It let me get the rear wheel loose a little bit.
Yeah.
And like both you and I were just like honking on it and letting that rear wheel slide. But it didn't let it get out of control. And when we went all over the washboard stuff,
Yeah.
it didn't cut the power super hard. So
It did do a really good job of that.
yeah,
I'll
it was
give you
very
that.
smooth.
Yeah, because the Pan Am would cut power a lot.
I enjoyed it thoroughly, and given enough time to like dial in the ergos,
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great bike.
I agree. I don't want to judge the Touareg too much off of the ride I got because I didn't.
Sidebar. L-Speed87 keeps mentioning a BDR, and I've told you about one of the BDRs. We let's just say we've put it into tier 1 as an idea.
It's a big ask.
It is a huge
and
ask.
And it's not the type of thing where we would just like, hey, let's just 2 buddies go on a little vacation and do that.
It'd be
It's like,
it's an ordeal.
yeah, it's a big deal. I'm super interested. I don't know how. I don't know how we do that. But
However,
it would be
there is a smaller ask, and if you guys are in Georgia or in Tennessee, is the
your
Georgia
thing.
Traverse,
Yeah.
which is like a 36 hour ordeal.
Uh-huh.
It's super more manageable.
Yeah, I'd ride 12 hours a day for 3 days for sure.
Wow, really? That seems
Wait, is that?
12 hours a day?
Yeah, I'd do that. Is that too much?
I mean, it might be too much. We might have to pick a bailout zone because 12 hours a day.
What's a bailout zone?
12
That's
hours
a
a day.
hilarious word. I love that.
12 hours of a day?
Yeah,
All right.
bro, we can handle that.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I know that I have realized that I am more out of shape than I thought I was.
Oh yeah, totally. I did totally realize that. Like I knew I was out of shape, but then it was like, wow.
I will say, none of my muscles are hurting.
My brain hurt after trying to make that many videos in a short period of time.
My feet. That's what fucked me up. My feet. I has a little sore in my calves, like the first day back, went away. But everything else about me, like my back, just from like all the walking and like get off and on and off and on and off and on and like up and down and up and down. I was like, oh, okay, so I am fucking old. That's a new thing that I am now realizing out loud. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm looking. Ghost, I think, is trying to get our attention here.
Yeah, no, we're gonna talk about SmartCon.
Do you have it? Do you have it up? Or I don't know. I don't know what you have.
No,
up.
we're
I don't
gonna
know
pull it
what
up
you
and
have
see.
up on your screen.
Yeah, no, my screen's fine.
Okay.
No, I think physically, like ADV Fest was like nothing hurt at all. I think my feet hurt on the Aprilia because the pegs were kind of tiny.
They were much thinner.
my
Now,
foot
to
was
be
kinda,
fair,
like, falling
the
over.
ones we had on the Pan Am were the aftermarket ones.
Yeah, they were great though.
Amazing. It makes me want to put bigger ones on the Tiger.
So I think let's go at what are your final thoughts from ADV Fest? And we can go ahead and wrap up because if we get done a little early, I'm totally okay with that because I'm feeling like death. I'm sorry.
Every
if we
time
get
we
early.
surmounted some sort of challenge, I immediately wanted to go do it again.
I learned that from ADV Fest, the thing I learned, and it was the 5 minutes before we got to the dirt part on Saturday, is I enjoy going from road to dirt way more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
And being on the same
I was honestly
bike,
very surprised at how much you enjoyed.
bro, I
the
was
off-road stuff.
fiending on Saturday. But by the time we finally took that right onto a dirt road, I was about to take a fucking hard right randomly.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. So yeah, I
So that
say
kind
it in-
of solidified it.
yeah, I said in the video that's coming out tomorrow, it's like I was interested. I was really interested in ADV riding before this trip.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, that's happening. That's 100% happening. I don't know how to make it happen. I don't know where I'm riding, but I that has to be a thing now.
Yeah.
It is that much fun.
And because I knew he said that, I have been looking into routes and cool things for us to do.
Keep it up, Bo.
Adventure Bros.
All right, guys.
2022.
Yeah, ADV Bros is happening. So
It's not ADV Bros. There's literally a fucking card that's existed forever that they made that says Adventure Bros. Scroll down. Scroll down. That's been there forever. It's always been Adventure Bros.
Sorry.
Put some respect on that name.
You're right. You're right. No, you're totally right.
Good
All right.
God.
So, guys, before we get over to the Discord stuff and finish it up, it seems as if there is a video that's been prepared by Smart Industries in association with Ghost. So, Ghost on Two Wheels, of course. I don't know what this is. I have not seen this. So we're all just going to get to experience this together. Bo, are you ready?
I'm
for
ready.
This? Hold your butts. Smart Industries presents a tunnel. I'm just kidding. It doesn't say tunnel. In association with Ghost. There you go. Road trip, SmartCon style. Oh Lord, this music is terrifying.
Yeah. what in the Simpsons?
A smart venture has been spotted on the starboard side. It's Bo as a pirate, which fits in really well.
Yeah.
Smart caution. Oh,
Cation. Smartcation.
Smartcation.
Yes.
Yeah.
National Lampoon Smartcation.
Oh, gotcha. Of course.
Bald knob.
Use the butthead with 2 smart helmets. So great. What to pack for SmartCon?
I was
Bucky's
so sad.
onesie.
I was legitimately sad that I forgot my Bucky's
You better
onesie.
take your Bucky's onesie
Oh, I'm
to
taking
SmartCon.
it to SmartCon. I'll have my bags.
When Randrew picks up Hawk at the airport from SmartCon, bro, did you just...
Smart Rambo heading to SmartCon.
Rambo heading to SmartCon, yeah. You better be wearing a fucking helmet. That's hilarious. A smart helmet at that.
See Smart City.
Oh my god. Chattanooga city limit. Look at Bo. And Ghost with his nothingness. SmartCon 2022, Nashville, Tennessee welcomes you. Am I peeing in the background? What? What is that? When did I do that? I didn't pee on camera, obviously. Not all who ride smart. SmartCon. That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
I love the shot of Trey. That's hilarious. Doing the bend down pray thing. Zach, I think SmartCon is the other way. I don't know if Zach and Ari are going to make it out to SmartCon.
Sad that Zach wasn't there. Glad I got to meet Ari.
Ari was like
Really
super
cool.
down to earth.
Yeah.
Shockingly, honestly.
Yeah.
He was really cool.
So is Spurgeon. That's a cool dude.
I had met Spurs before. I never met Ari, though. Everything the light touches is smart. No! What a shot. Oh, wait. Post-credit. Oh, my God. We're only halfway. Let's go. Bro, that's a hell of a tunnel. Ghost formally invites Chase and anyone else interested to ride through a tunnel. Thank you, Ghost.
Thanks.
I appreciate you allowing me to ride with you through that tunnel. Where the hell is that tunnel? And another tunnel. Oh, this... and another tunnel. Yay! I'm here for this. This makes me feel 1% better.
I went through a few of these last week when I was on vacation.
Oh, this is actually your footage, but Ghost?
It's not my footage, but I went through these tunnels.
Oh, that's awesome. How many tunnels did you go through?
Another
God.
tunnel!
Ah! Another tunnel! Tunnels
So
are
excited.
great, man.
You were so excited
I
about
love tunnels. They're so cool.
I want to do a tunnel off-road, like That's
I don't know if I'd be terrified.
yeah.
Another tunnel. You're
This
basically
is-
underground.
Yeah.
And you're instantly underground, and then you're not underground anymore. Like, how fucking nuts is that? Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, tunnel montage? Are you kidding me? This is amazing. Ghost, how many tunnels did you... Oh shit, this is a serious tunnel.
Oh, I like that.
Oh
I
my
like
god.
that a lot.
Bro, if your bike died in the middle of that, it would just be darkness. The light can't even find you.
the light. It's nothing that the light touches.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's not smart.
No.
That's hilarious. Thank you, Ghost, for
Yeah.
yeah. So everybody, go to SmartCon.
Yeah.
For sure.
I assume that there's a sign up form that you can put in.
There is. We'll put it in the description of the video so
Yeah.
you guys can check it out. All right. Final thing. Let's do some Discord stuff before Chase passes out.
Apparently there's it's gonna be good. I think me and Trey are gonna ride up. We're gonna bring some I think some camping gear as well.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to the top. Oh, yeah, yay. This is me on a normal day, and this is me today.
I told everybody to cheer you up because Chase is near death.
Yeah, I really feel like crap. I don't know if I've felt any worse during a live show, so hopefully that hasn't affected the show. I've been diagnosed with excessive oldness. Hey, I'm still in my 30s. I still got this. Dumb you are. That's funny. Old Geezer's MC. This is gonna be me and Beau. Oh wait, I'm there. Wait, is Beau not in this? Come on. I'm still in my... I got a 3 in front of how old I am. Exactly. This is me. I'm in my prime. Absolutely. Oh, check. Africa Twin.
Yeah, bud.
There we go.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's a
road.
bike I'm interested in riding now.
Yeah, I was telling somebody that some people came up and talked, some fans of the show, and I was like, I've never been more interested in the Africa Twin than I am now.
Yeah.
This looks like a phenomenal place to ride an Africa Twin.
Yeah.
I would love to ride an Africa Twin. Wow.
Fucking slaughterfest. You look like you're going to
Holy
hyperspeed.
Yeah, you went
That
through
is a wall of bugs.
Yeah, that helmet has about 1 million bugs on it. Bro, check this group out. What a cool group.
What a very, very.
You got an older CBR, it looks like. You got a Harley, and you got a newer SV650. What a random group of bikes. I love that. I love that so much.
Yep.
The middle sentence is all you ever need. Ghost is right.
Nice.
That's funny.
Nice.
Ghost is always right. Oh, see? Look at this. These are better photos than I take. Not that I'm the most amazing photographer or anything, but like this is amazing.
Yeah.
Got a guy matching his Gixxer, white gear, white bike, kind of like such a good photo. Things like this can be seen in Moto Photo on Discord.
Yeah.
Oh snap! CBR 300, let's go.
I do like the orange and
Man, are we familiar with that motorcycle? Boy, in and out, mostly in. I pulled up to the coffee shop just to have WSP sitting here. What's WSP?
I assume it's a stay please. Yep.
Oh shoot!
No.
Be careful.
What you done?
Got another CBR 300 or
Same one.
CBR, yeah, 300. Oh snap! Look at that helmet. Goodness gracious! You are not gonna get lost in a crowd.
Fuzzy ones.
God, was the pink fuzzy helmet. That's amazing. Oh God, Beau and Chase. Here we go.
Oh, we've seen this one. I think. Yeah.
Oh, and it,
Yeah. Boop.
so funny story. We were doing the thumbnail for the video that's coming out tomorrow, and guys, this is at the end of the day. Beau's exhausted, and then I asked him, "Was like, I got the shot I want to take of the Touareg."
This motherfucker had me walking all the fuck over the
I
campground.
accidentally made him walk clearly half across the campground. The campground is huge.
Yeah.
We take the photo, and I'm like, hey, we're on an adventure bike. Just hop on the back. I was worried that we were going to hit mud, and that was going to happen.
It should be stated that we were on the Aprilia at the time.
We were on the Aprilia, the tinier bike. Oh, shit, close up on the pink helmet. My God, Unicorn.
Whew.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
I like it, but it's a lot.
I like it. I'm a man that could not do that.
Have fun at SmartCon. Yep.
What is this?
Or sideways.
Can't really tell what that is. My brain is.
Yeah,
in-
my
at
brain does
1%
not.
now.
Yeah.
Chase at 428. Beau, ready to stream?
Pretty much.
Yeah, this has been Chase like all day. Are you my mother? What? Oh, that's a good one. In the drone, stop ahead. That's great. Small bore. Small bore.
Are you my mommy?
That was great. Oh, what is that?
BMW.
Is that a 1200? Is that a naked eyes 1200?
I can't really tell on my screen.
That's nutty if it is. I've never seen that. That's crazy. Oh, man. Oldie but a goodie and relevant.
Yes, sir.
We need to change this orange to a blue to make this relevant.
blue
And we
was
need to
real
put
hot.
a helmet on Beau because he did wear a helmet the whole time.
The whole time.
Shout out to Beau for wearing a helmet.
Except for when you were taking me back from doing the photo.
Yeah, except for when we were doing that. All right, guys. I know we got 5 minutes, but I don't have 5 minutes left in me. I'm honestly, if we can be true, I'm shocked I made it this far.
I'm proud of you, bud.
Yeah, this was rough.
Second time I've been proud of you.
Sweet. I'm just gonna.
The
stack
only
those.
time that I've ever been proud of you is that one time and this time.
Now you can go fuck yourself. All right, dudes. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you took anything from it, man,
give it a shot. Don't pass.
Sleep on ADV riding. Yeah. It's some magical stuff. We enjoyed ourselves a lot. We've got some phenomenal content coming for you guys. We have a video that came out today about Beau putting his crash protection on. If you guys are interested in that, definitely check it out. It's one of Beau's first gear reviews, which is cool.
Yep.
And tomorrow we have our big Touareg 660 video. So you guys, if you want to know more about what I think about the Touareg 660, we have a huge section in the video coming out tomorrow about it. So make sure to check it out. It'll be live at 10 a.m. EST. All right. I gotta go. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching this live if you're here. And if you're not, live on Ontwowheels YouTube channel or Spotify, Apple Podcast, all that good stuff. You guys are amazing. I'm gonna go home to my wife now. Okay, bye. Oh God, that was the wrong music to play. Chase never ended up making it.